Hey, it's Adrienne, and I'm with Justin Vu, one of the winners of Screen Printing Magazine's Rising Stars Award. Justin is the owner of The Shirtsmith in Huntington Beach, California. Hey, Justin, congratulations.
Hey, Adrienne, thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. I'm excited to get to know you and The Shirtsmith a little bit more and find out why you're one of the winners of our fourth annual competition. So
Yeah,
let's get to it. First off, Justin, how did you get your start in the industry?
I first worked at a small screen printing shop in Garden Grove, California, for about 2 years before I decided to quit and squeeze a four-color press into my bedroom, and uh, that has grown since then into a 1,000 square foot shop here in Huntington Beach.
Very cool. How was that being in your bedroom? I've heard of garages and basements, not so much
Oh,
bedroom.
yeah. I was just renting a room, so then I didn't have the luxury of having a garage. But yeah, I just did what I had to do, and I squeezed the press and a little flash dryer into the bedroom, and then fumes of plastisol ink would come off the pallets, and then get real foggy in there. The breakers would trip every 15 minutes from the flash dryer, but then I somehow just just toughed it out, and yeah, here I am talking to you now.
There you go. Yeah, so you mentioned you were working in a print shop before, and obviously now you own your own business. Do you have any tips for someone who's currently working in a shop but has goals to start their own business?
Yeah, I'd say really try your best to look at the workflow at the current place that they're working at. Really try to memorize everything, all the procedures, all the admin work, all the products that they're using, I guess. Yeah, really try to memorize all of that, and then develop like some sort of business plan before they open up their own business. Because I had to learn the hard way that if you don't have a plan or a sense of direction on where to go, then it's going to be kind of hard to, um, yeah, just figure everything out. But after 4 years, I can safely say that I'm finally getting a sense of what I'm doing here. But yeah, I'm lucky that I even made this far after just winging it for 4 years. But yeah, really try your best to look at the workflow that's going on at the current place that they're working, and really try to incorporate that into um, their potential business if they decide to open one.
Sure, yeah. So definitely pay attention to what's working in a current shop so you can take those tools for your own.
Yeah.
So your nomination form states that you've sought insight from experts like Andy McDougall, John McGee, Marshall Atkinson, and Richard Greaves. Why is it important for you to gain mentorship in the industry?
I think it's really important to just strive for self improvement every day, to try and be a better person than you were the day before, because that's what's gonna allow you to really cultivate your business for long term success. Um, and then I think I think a huge reason why a lot of business owners become quote unquote burnt out is because they become complacent, and their improvement just becomes stagnant. Um, I just want to provide my clients the best part that I can, and to do that, I feel like I really need to, yeah, just seek advice from guys that have a great track record of doing great things within the business, within the industry. I mean,
Yeah, I find that our industry is very willing to share so much information based on the experience they've had. What was it like reaching out to some of these experts? I mean, how did you do that? Did you just send them a DM or find them on social media, send an email?
yeah, that's honestly it's as easy as that. A lot of these guys you can get in touch with by doing some brief research on Google. The first person that I got in touch with, that allowed me to get to where I am today was John McGee. He's a huge role model, and because of him, I was able to completely change up um, how I operate the shop, and from there I was able to meet everyone else, including you. Yeah, he was kind of like my doorway into really becoming passionate about screen printing and allowing me to network with everyone.
Yeah, you and I actually met for the first time at Print Hustlers in Chicago. So that's another great example of being able to connect with mentors and network, in person. And that was actually when Marshall Atkinson told me that he was going to nominate you for the awards. So speaking of him, in his nomination form, he states that your biggest change that you made is constantly seeking out the best advice and then implementing it from there, and that you're changing constantly as new information is acquired. So can you explain your eagerness for education and how that's impacted your business?
I wasn't always this passionate about I don't think anything at all, really. Yeah, I like I said, a lot of this information you can easily access just through Google, and then if it's out there and a lot of times free, then why not? Why not strive to become the best that you possibly can? One, I think it's fun being able to sort of experiment all the time with new techniques and new procedures. I feel like a scientist in this lab, just trying to develop new things all the time. And yeah, a lot of these guys like John and Richard and Marshall Atkinson, a lot of these guys are more than willing to help any newcomers who are seeking help. And then I think that's important. You have to seek for it. You can't just sit around and wonder why you're not getting anywhere with your business unless you actually put forth an effort to look for help. But yeah, don't be afraid to ask. And um, yeah, I feel like a lot of people are afraid to ask questions because they might feel like it makes them look dumb, I guess. But it's much the opposite. If you're seeking for new knowledge, then it shows people that, that you're just willing to do the work. So yeah, just ask. I think it's really important that you just ask. That you don't lose anything. Maybe some time, but then it can lead you to a great spot in your life.
Yeah, I mean, I always think trial and error will always lead you to at least learning what doesn't work and then hopefully figuring out what does. And yeah, I agree. Asking in this industry, it seems like there's just a plethora. I mean, I know that there's a plethora of resources, whether that's, articles or actually talking to someone, and asking that question is only going to help you grow and help you have a better product and then let your business succeed. So I think that's a really good piece of advice.
Yeah, and I think and if you have like trouble interacting with people, you can just read the magazines. Screen Printing Magazine offers so many pieces of wonderful advice. Like I think it was an issue from 2017 where I read Mark Dre's article about making or calibrating your flash drive, I believe. And then right after that is Charlie Tableeb's article on high density prints and whatnot. So I'm always reading too. I'm always reading on new or old issues of Screen Printing Magazine, Impressions Magazine, and stuff. I was trying to see what I can find.
Yeah, thank you for the shout out. And I do agree. I think there are some articles even from a decade ago that you can find in Screen Printing or even Impressions Magazine that are very relatable to today.
Even articles from about 2-3 decades ago are still relevant in the industry today. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of those people are still around to write new articles or discuss the ones that they've already written. Absolutely. So, what's the biggest thing you learned this year that's helped your business grow? I know 2020 was crazy and 2021 has been a wild ride as well.
Sorry, someone's calling me. All right, I just hung up. Biggest thing I learned. Well, actually, I'm still learning this today, but I think the biggest thing that I will learn is how to properly run a growing screen printing business. And even though my technical skills um, has been growing a whole lot the past 8 or 9 months or so, I still have a lot to learn about running the business properly because as my technical skills got better, my clientele base also got bigger, and then I've been getting more orders and new clients than I ever did before, and I just didn't know how to properly grow with the business, I guess. I didn't know how to scale up properly, so then, but at least now I'm seeking help from the right people, namely Marshall Atkinson. I'm subscribed to his consulting service, and yeah, I'm hoping that working with him will allow me to create like a stable foundation for the business to run on.
Yeah, I think that's something that, you can look at your skill set and say, okay, I'm really doing well here, but I need to kind of be a little bit more well-rounded when it looks at the full business. Because, and that's the best part about this, is that you can ask people to help you with things that maybe you're not the best at. But I think it's recognizing that there's room to grow in certain aspects. So I think that's really great for you to address.
Yeah, I think you have to be honest with yourself at a certain point, and then really look at your weaknesses and then try to improve upon that. I think I was watching a talk that Mark Dre had at Trent Hustlers like a year or 2 years ago, where he was talking about this sort of triangle. On one end, there's sales and marketing. On the other end, there's admin work. On the last corner, there's I haven't read my on my whiteboard. Let me check real quick. Sorry. There it is. So it's sales and admin, and then there's the service and the product that you offer. So yeah, the product I've got down for sure. But then in terms of admin work and organizing my paperwork and all that stuff, and then yeah, I really need to get a grasp of that, and hopefully Marshall's gonna help sort that out for me.
Yeah, I hope so too. And I look forward to seeing you grow. Before we wrap, two things. One, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me in Huntington Beach, California. You can find me if they're local, I guess. You can find me on Instagram. I'm on. I recently just made a Facebook, but my through email. My website is theshirtsmith.com, so all of my social media links are on there. My physical address too, if they want to stop by the shop and check it out. But yeah, theshirtsmith.com.
And for those of the audience members who cannot stop by your shop, do you want to give us a little tour?
Yeah. Let me see. It's kind of a mess out there, but let me see. Just flip this over. All right. So here's the office. Got a little lounging area for clients. Here's my wall of Polaroids of visitors and past clients. Up here, I have like a little gallery to just showcase some of the past work that I've done. And then out here is the production floor, currently printing manually. That's Union Ink. They're my sponsors. I can thank John for that. And here's my little tool rack to fabricate stuff. It's my ink rack. Here's the front lobby where clients can lounge around while they wait. Over here is the screen room where I store my screens and archive past orders. Yeah, there's a little drafting table that I have, coding rack. Over there are screens that have been coded and ready to be exposed. Over here are screens that need to be coded. Yeah, it's a small shop, but I'm really trying to make most of the little space that I have, but I think I've been doing an okay job at that. Yeah, that's my shop.
It looks. Thanks for giving us a tour.
No worries.
And everyone will find you on your website, Instagram. You said you just made a Facebook, so plenty of ways to find you. Also in Huntington Beach, California. Look forward to seeing you at the next show at Impressions Long Beach, and look forward to watching you and your business grow. Thanks so much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Adrienne. Pleasure.